Welcome back. Today, we are listening to the podcast where we are trying to break down the world of banking and finance into conversations that actually make sense for people every day. I'm your host, and today we are diving into something that sits at the very heart of banking businesses. Understanding the financial needs of customers and how banks process applications when someone walks through the door or log in online to their websites ready to open an account. Whether you are curious about how banks really see you as a customer, or you are walking in banking and want a clearer framework, this episode is for you, and you should listen to this. Here is a simple truth. In today's world, banking customers have options, and frankly, lots of them. They are not afraid to use them. If a bank does not meet their needs, they will switch. Loyalty in banking is at all-time low and competition is much higher. So, what customers actually want? Let me walk you through the 5 big ones. First, simplicity. Customer wants products and services that are easy to use and understand. No jargons, no complicated fine prints, just clear and simple banking. Second, accessibility. They want 24/7 access, whether that's online, on their phone, or at a physical branch. Banking that fits their schedule, not the other way around. Third one, responsive services. When customers have a problem or a question, they want answers faster. Not a week late, not stuck on hold. They want it now. Fourth, personalization. They want their banks to know them. They need individual attention, offers that are actually relevant to their life, not for generic masses. And fifth one, value. Great value from the product and services they use. Simple as that. If banks, and especially their banking correspondents and facilitators, keep these 5 things in mind, they are already half the way to building a loyal customer relationship. Let us understand now about assessing a customer's financial status. Now, understanding what customer want is one side of the coin. Well, what is the other side? Understanding their financial situation. Because financial need at its core is really about the gap what something costs and what someone can afford to pay. Friends, when banks assess a prospective customer, they look at 4 key areas. First one is income. Well, this is the foundation. How much does a person earn? Their income level directly determines what banking products are appropriate for them. A low income customer has a very different needs when compared to a high earning customer. Dependents. Does the customer support others? Minor children under 18, elderly parents, or other dependents. These are financial responsibilities that affect how much someone can realistically borrow or invest in. Cash flows. Especially important for business customers. Looking at financial statements helps bank understand the health of a business, its income, its expenses, and how much money moves in and moves out of the business. And finally, the customer life cycle. This is a brilliant concept. A young adult just starting out needs different banking products when compared to a middle-aged professional or to a retired senior citizen. Understanding where someone is in their life journey help banks recommend the right product at the right time. Now comes the application process. Alright, so someone is now ready to open a bank account. What actually happens next? Let's talk about the process of application. First, the bank's business correspondent will walk towards the prospective customer through the terms and conditions. This includes like account eligibility, how the account can be used, and the fact that the bank reserves the right to decline the application with respect to RBI guidelines and policies. Next comes the actual application. Different accounts require different forms, and many banks now allow you to open accounts online. But here is the catch. Even with the online application, some banks still require physical signed documents before account is fully activated. Then there are documents which are important. Every customer needs to submit it KYC documents. They prove your identity and address. This includes Aadhaar card, PAN card, passport, driving license, voter ID, ration card, Manrega job card, or any authorized government issued photo ID card. Of course, you also need passport size photographs and filled form for opening it. So, wrapping up the things today, whether you are a banking professional or a customer who is stepping into formal banking, understanding financial needs is a two-way street. Banks need to listen what customers want. They want simplicity, access, responsiveness, personalization, and value. And customers should be prepared. Know your financial situation, understand the application process, and keep your documents ready. The best banking relationships are built on transparency and trust. When both sides do their part, banking stops becoming a transaction and then it becomes a partnership. Well, that's all for today's episode. If you have found this useful, share it with someone who is thinking about opening a bank account or building a career in banking. And as always, stay informed, stay financially smart, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.